Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me as always. You're joining me here for part 2 of the 2011 BMW 335i rebuild. Today is going to be moving day for the new motor. I need to move it out of where it's been sitting for the last week and a half to the shop where, my car's going to get worked on. So yeah, that's the main goal today, is just get the motor properly transported from the spot where it is now, about 30 minutes down the road to the shop where the car is going to get worked on. So I need to get some gas in my car and then go meet up with Steve. And yeah, let's get this thing started. There's a 335 looking good. Pretty soon it's going to be getting towed to the shop. It's going to be so nice when that car actually starts getting worked on. Alright. First stop is the bank. Get a little bit of cash. And then, like I said, we're going to get some gas. Got the cash. Now we gotta get the gas. It's a new day. The original plan didn't work out so well, so it's a new day. And it's motor moving day officially. So I ended up renting well, it's just reserved right now, but I reserved a truck from Home Depot, like one of those $20 an hour pickup trucks. And gonna get some ratchet straps and shoot up to Auto Works and get this motor loaded up. High anxiety right now, so I'm gonna film as best I can, but if it gets too much for me, I'm gonna have to forego the filming, unfortunately, so that I can get this job done. All right, so I'm on my way to Home Depot to pick up this 8-foot flatbed truck, which should be $19.99 an hour. The guy quoted me 40 bucks for 2 hours, so if that's all I gotta pay, that would be great. All right, Home Depot truck acquired. Seems like a little bit much for just an engine, but it's 40 bucks for 2 hours, so that's not really a big deal, which is just about how long I plan to be using it. If I go over, it's not that big of a deal. The upcharge isn't too horrible. So yeah, this is an 8-foot flatbed truck from Home Depot. And now I need to go get some ratchet straps, and then I'm gonna run up to Auto Works and we're gonna pick up this motor. Sheesh. She's a looker. Ford F-250. All right, ratchet straps acquired. All right guys, so we did it. I'm sorry I couldn't really film it because it was a 4-man endeavor and I'm pretty stressed out, so I just didn't bother filming it, but we were able to use the engine hoist and get it all the way up and just barely get it over the lip of this truck. And she's sitting in there. We got it ratchet strapped down. Looking good. That thing's going nowhere. So that's step 1 complete, and I'm a lot less stressed now that at least that's done. That was one unknown that I needed to figure out. So now we're good. Now let's head down to the shop. Allergies. Out here in the 8-foot flatbed. Got the motor in the back. Strapped up, looking secure. 20 minutes to the shop. All right, so I made it here safe and sound with the motor. No major issues. It was literally the same road the whole way. You just hit that road right up there and take it 20 minutes down the road. So that was super nice, but the tons of traffic today, which really sucked, but we made it. Here's the motor. Same place I left it. Looking good, nice and strapped down. Guys, this is definitely the way. I'm telling you, if you don't have a friend with a pickup truck or anything at your disposal like that, and you need to go rent a truck from Home Depot, it's not that big of a deal. And it made it really, really easy. Because if you look, there's actual hook points for the ratchet straps. So we just scooted it up against the back, strapped her down. That thing's going nowhere. And it really wasn't that bad. It's only 20 bucks for the first 75 minutes. I'm gonna have it for like 2.5 hours, I guess, which is gonna be like 50 or 60 bucks. Not that big of a deal. And if you keep it for the whole day, it's 130, which kind of sucks, but still not that big of a deal. Last major step is gonna be getting it off this truck, which getting it on was kind of a pain. Like I said, it just barely clears the tailgate. We had to like lean it on one side so that it would clear the tailgate and then let it down. But we got it there. And as you saw, there's Steve. And as you can see, it's not sitting on a tire, which I know is not ideal, which is sitting on the oil pan. But as long as you don't hit any major potholes and the thing doesn't go thrashing around, it's gonna be fine. Plus I'm replacing the oil pan, so no harm there. And yeah, we made it here. Super hype about that. All right, we did it. Oh man, my hair looks crazy. I need a haircut so bad. Ooh. Perpetual hat hair. But no, I'm happy, I'm excited because the motor is officially off the truck where it belongs at the shop. And that was a part that was really making me nervous, so. All right. Now it's just back to Home Depot to return the truck, and we'll consider that a job well done. So much less stressed now that I don't have an engine in the back of the car. That was my first time moving a motor, so, you know, people who have done it before, I'm sure they can tell me how easy it is, but for someone like me who's never done it, before, there's a lot of unknowns, and you know, I hate unknowns. Luckily, we were able to load it up in the truck no problem with the help of some awesome dudes, and got it ratchet strapped in like I showed you. And I'm sorry I couldn't show you the cool parts of loading and unloading the motor. It was just too much to handle, and I don't have my tripod, so I really just wanted to get it over with. Now that the motor is where it belongs, the next step is going to be getting my 335 towed there so that we can take out the old motor and then have the two motors out while we swap over some parts, because the new motor that I bought is an X-Drive unit, and from what I understand, the motor mounts are different and the oil pan is different, so those bits are going to need to be swapped over. Plus, I plan to replace any gaskets, swap over the valve cover, because I just replaced mine on my old car, like, you know, right before blowing the motor, so it's got probably 1,000 miles on it. So we're gonna swap over the valve cover, and yeah, go from there. I already got a quote from another shop, and they quoted me just over 33 hours in labor. At a $155 an hour shop rate for their, you know, to work on Euro cars for their BMW tech. I'm looking at over $5,000. They quoted me $51.60 for just the job of taking out the old motor and putting in the new one. No extra preventative maintenance, which sucks because that's more than I was hoping it would be. But to be honest with you, I've never done this before and I'm not a professional mechanic, so I really didn't have much idea of how much it was going to cost other than reading forums and, you know, seeing what other people tell me. So yeah, it's probably going to cost me around $6,000. That's kind of like my new number in my head, where if I get away, you know, $6,000 to stick the motor in, I think that's a number I can live with. 335's been sitting for almost 2 years now. Just wiping it off with a rag for the first time. Stays clean. We out here, it's tow day. Finally the day she's getting towed to the shop, gonna get worked on. I'm gonna film what I can. All right guys, so I'm on my way to the shop. I've got the tow truck behind me with the 335i on it. Just having a moment here, realizing that I'm about to have two functional, super sexy BMWs. And feeling like a baller right now. That kind of feeling is few and far in between for me. So just kind of relishing in the moment. It's raining right now, which makes things a little bit more difficult, but we're getting her done. I feel like I'm doing a really poor job of documenting all of this, and I apologize for that. When things get really stressful for me, it's hard for me to film and figure things out at the same time. It gives me a new level of respect for YouTubers that can go do things for the first time ever. You know, stressful things like, you know, transplanting a motor. All right, we're at the shop. Got the 335 coming in hot. All right. God, it looks so good. Every time I see this car, I remind why it's worth it. All this is worth it. When this car starts moving again, it's all gonna be worth it. All right, she's off the tow truck. Easy peasy. Looking good as hell. That was the easiest tow job in the world. And now the real work begins. I know I'm in good hands. All right, and that's a wrap. 335's dropped off. Ready to get down to the real work. I pray for them. All right. Let's get out of here, shall we? Sheesh. We did it. Another major milestone down.